Lady Gamers, welcome back to EGFC Season 3. We now have Rider University going up against Siena College. I'm Dugamgo.
I'm Fang. I thought you were gonna throw it at me. You just introduced yourself.
I feel like it was pretty explanatory. I was implying that it was your time to speak, but we just finished up St. Canisius College going up against St. Peter. Was a pretty confident victory on their part, but now we have Pango coming from. This is Pango from
Long Island.
Yes.
And also from Siena College. Up against Majestic. Fairly good Mega Man player, I believe, last week. I think both of these schools won last week, did they not?
I wouldn't be able to tell you, but this is a pretty interesting matchup to, just to start off with. Mega Man, like Steve, I feel like both of them are like so unique in what they're looking for that it's going to be like sort of a force of will of who is going to be able to get, like, who is going to be able to exert their game plan and who is going to be able to, who is going to be forced to adapt. It's going to be really interesting facing.
Yeah, just to double check, yeah, both of these schools did win last week, so we have two pretty skilled schools going up against each other. I'd say Siena College starting up with their strongest player, honestly. Pongo, a player to be reckoned with at this point. Entered a lot of events, at least over the quarantine era, and honestly excelled really nicely. So this is a player who we've seen outside of the college sphere doing well. That being said, Majestic going up on the first stock already.
Oh my goodness, that ledge trap was incredible. The TNT covering, jumps going high, you know, just like having the anvil there to be able to tooth him and go low. That was insane. That setup was awesome.
Yeah, just the type of stuff we see from Pongo. And yeah, Pongo will do that quite a bit, setting up a block on the top right there to get some sort of crazy stage spike going. So you really have to watch out because this Steve does have setups.
He has so many more setups since last time around too. This is the first time I'm seeing him in like 5-6 months, and he has so many new tricks up his sleeve.
It's incredible to see what a player can do with a character. Like when we first saw Pongo on Steve, like Steve had just came out, and now we're seeing them 6 months later, and this is a scary, scary player to deal with in any level of play. Speaking of scary, let's talk about that SD right there. What just happened?
We took a whole 20 seconds to gas Pango up, and then they decide that this is what they're gonna be doing. Okay, sure, it's fine.
Let's talk about Majestic though, real quick. I want to see how Majestic decides to hold this lead right here. You know, very, very good player in their own right. One of the stronger players coming out of Ryder off of last week.
Yeah. I'm still losing it a little bit after that. That was maybe some of the most comedic timing I've seen in a minute. But now, finally getting a leaf shield up. Majestic has Pango in the corner, but you have to remember that the minecart is going to be one of the best, like, just sort of disadvantage tools in the game. It is strong, it has armor attached to it, it grabs you. You have to be preemptively throwing out, like, blood.
Oh my god. Pongo. Jesus. Just silencing Majestic right there. We've got a diamond on deck. No iron, though, so the recovery is going to be a little bit stunted here in terms of how horizontal it can be. This is really Majestic's time to get a fat punish going because you cannot let Pongo on stage at this juncture.
Ooh, has the good idea with the up smash, but look how much mileage Pango is able to get off of one whiff punish. 57% onto the board. Controlling the stage, has to avoid the minecart. They're both scrambling to see who's going to get that next big hit in, but that was a big check from Majestic. You have to punish Leaf Shield on your shield. It puts Mega Man into so much end lag.
Do the diamond pickaxe. Almost that anvil going to be killing Majestic right there, but not quite yet. We see this setup there. That took a lot of materials off of Pongo's table right there. And just refilling them up as quickly. You're just seeing how powerful diamond equipment really is. It assists you to mine faster, gives you more powerful hits. You have to really respect Steve once he has that on deck.
Yep, despite the SD, you know, Pango was able to quickly clean it up, was able to quickly bring it back. Pango setups were on point. Pango's damage output, as always, the blockchains, just clean, precise, able to take his hits so far. I'm really trying to think about what better both of them could have done, but I feel like Majestic just sort of started getting overwhelmed towards the later part of that game.
I think it was that 50% combo, honestly. Once you get hit on your last stock for that much percent off of one interaction, you can start to get a little shaky with how you approach afterwards. That being said, though, I feel like Pongo kept it really cool and collected despite that SD right there that happened. But you just saw so much solid play off of each interaction, each up tilt, each grab. The setups were fire. Majestic playing pretty well in their own right as well, but it just seems like Pongo has that extra oomph factor to them.
Yep, for sure. Pango's just clean as always. They're sick. One big thing is, like, I feel like something that Pango could do to just, you know, optimize their play a little bit more is recognizing, like, what, when it comes to Mega Man, what can you punish and what you can't. When it comes to Leaf Shield on your shield. So that's a very funky situation that not a lot of people know about. Mega Man can actually cancel his end lag from Leaf Shield with an item toss. So if he has an item in hand, you can't punish it. But if he doesn't have an item in hand, if he doesn't have Metal Blade or something else in his hand, that's going to give you a huge window to at least get a little bit closer and start pressuring Mega Man. So it's always something that you want to keep in mind in the matchup.
Yeah, and here we go going into this game 2. We're going to see if Majestic can tighten it up just a little bit. They looked really good that game 1, but Siena College, honestly, this season looks like the college to beat. So if you can take out one of the strongest players, at least a game off of them, off rip, it's going to be looking a lot better for you going into the rest of this series.
Oh, that was bizarre. The Leaf Shield didn't send Pango any which way. They just got still sent on stage. 52% tries to go for another up smash, but it's already 73% on deck. You know why? Because they won neutral once and then guessed an advantage 3 times. That was absurd.
Oh my, what a first stock off of Pongo right there. That was fantastic. Really, you gotta really be careful with a lot of Steve's options. This character has plenty of reversals in the kit, making them exceptionally hard. Oh my.
56% tries to go for another up smash, but I love those up Bs out of this advantage. Majestic using it as a way without like using up the double jump, and it finds a way back down.
And yeah, it just seems like Pongo has been able to play this game at their pace most of this time. Already 69 off on Majestic. These setups have just been so powerful. And Pongo's also been really left with a lot of time to get more resources under their belt. You know, we aren't seeing any iron left, but Majestic has just been kept in disadvantage this entire time.
Yeah, Pango's giveaway game right now so effective. Tries to go for a bit of a cheeky up B up smash though. Whenever you see a Steve up B to center stage, you always know what they're going to be looking for. But now look at this lead. It's massive.
Yeah, looking mighty scary right now for Majestic right here as the diamond equipment is on deck. So one good fair or back air can really do it right there for Majestic. However, there are no mats online right now, but it doesn't matter. You're gonna get it all right back with that diamond equipment. You really have to capitalize on these situations where Steve doesn't have resources to really counter hit you, to build away. You know, if there's nothing left in that resource bar, that's your go time. That's your time to really try and see if you can win neutral, because then Steve's options become far more limited.
Who tries to go for a grab, but really has a great idea, but maybe that was like a misinput, a pivot grab or something. Tries to go for that up tilt, which could have been so big. But now Pango finally in a position where they can lose their stock, but such good maneuverability.
Back throw should do it here. Yeah. It is town, so back throws are going to be more susceptible to killing a little bit early. And at 140, Mega Man back throw should be enough to do the job.
I like Majestic's idea there. They wanted to go for like a shield break. I think it was the right choice, but unfortunately just slightly dropping it as Steve had enough shield health to keep going.
And it could be a little tougher because the counterplay typically against blocks obstructing the punish route to Steve is that you could just have to hit them with a consistent jab or like very small hitboxes that come out quickly. Mega Man doesn't really have a lot of those, you know, at his disposal. Even his jab, his lemons, are on a set timer. After you do 3 in rapid succession, there's a little bit of cooldown time before you can throw a little bit more out. That looks a little tough.
Pango has caught onto his pace so well. Majestic has been unable to break space. It's going to be another down smash with an air dodge, just keeping themselves safe past the hitbox. Oh my.
Not yet. Oh my gosh. Pongo's trying to end this all right now. They want it over with.
Granted, I will say Majestic's ledge trapping right now has been so solid, but that time respecting Steve a little bit too much. Just giving... there it is.
If Majestic could just manage to get one more stock off on Pongo,
Hey.
it's actually going to look way better than it would if they didn't, obviously. It'd only be 4 points if they lost the set right here, which is not really a big bleed, especially against what many consider to be Siena College's strongest player. But that minecart, so powerful. Gonna be securing that W very solidly for Pongo. Majestic had a little bit of counterplay here and there, but the game just felt so firmly in Pongo's pacing and grasp that entire time.
I think Majestic started playing pretty well towards the end, especially the ledge trapping. I'm just catching like Pongo in the corner at a lack of resources. But really the biggest thing is like there were times when they were playing really scared and relying a little bit too much on specials and smash attacks. Something very important about Steve that you always need to keep in mind: if he has iron, he can and will use it out of the corner in the form of minecart. But if you're constantly throwing out preemptive forwarders as Mega Man, a nice big strong hitbox that can hit Steve out of the startup of side B, that is a really important and vital tool to go for when you do have your opponent stuck in the corner. I feel like that could have been so big in just preventing Pango from getting back to the stage.
It's true, and I think, obviously, you know, Steve, a lot of people have experience against Steve, but fighting really good ones is so few and far in between, I feel like, at this point. And, you know, the character's still relatively new. It is one of the latter half DLC characters. So I hope that Majestic did kind of grasp some of that matchup experience, maybe can work on some counterplay, because you will be seeing a lot more Steves from where that came from in the future.
I'm still mashing through all the DLC matchups. I have not taken the time that I needed to learn them at all, in the slightest. If you play DLC against me, I can and will probably lose. But in the meantime, once again, we are going to be cutting to a break as we wait for the next set of players to come on through. So don't go anywhere quite yet. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Sean, open us.
What is up, guys? We are back with Season 3 of EGFC. My name is Fang, joined here by...
Duramko, the one and
Duramkar.
only, your favorite e-girl. By the way, just want to give us a quick little second to shout ourselves out. The stream that you're watching right now, although it is on official EGF, so anybody that's not following that, you should go ahead and do so. But you should also be following our lovely producer, Devin, behind the scenes, does so much. He has some of the nicest replay tools around. He's responsible for some of the best streams. Follow him at House of 3000. But now we are jumping into, once again, Siena College going up against... Checking my notes. Rider University with Bivers and 920. 920?
No, this is Loose Grip.
Loose Grip. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So Loose Grip plays Snake. Very good Snake player for what I've seen so far. Bivers also fantastic in their own right as well. I think Bivers has improved a lot since last time we were able to commentate their gameplay. But Loose Grip, nothing to sneeze at either, so this is probably going to be a pretty high impact net going into it.
Love the idea there. Up tilt into like a down air as a means of tech chasing. That was a really smart choice. We just needed to delay it a little bit slightly. And honestly, if anybody can punish Snake going high, it's going to be Falco with one of the highest double jumps in the game.
Ooh, okay.
He does go high. Look at that.
Off goes Bivers. And yeah, the Loose Grip doing such a good job already of just kind of playing very evasively as Snake, just laying grenades and C4s down in these positions where if Bivers tries to contest with a hit, usually they'll end up hitting the grenade and getting themselves hit in terms of not even taking a trade, honestly. Like, a stock lead is what you want to have as Snake at this point.
Oh, I'm so surprised that the Nikita was able to slip past the reflect. Was it like just under the reflect hitbox? Either way, that was amazing spacing on the behalf of Loose Grip. Bivers jumping a little bit too soon, while Loose Grip still has enough time to be able to float and stall. So Bivers has the right idea with his double jumps, just needs to time them a little bit later.
It's also becoming, I think, privy to these landings. I think Bivers has been doing an okay job of getting that damage up, but I feel like Loose Grip has been kind of landing for free a lot of the time. And, you know, while you can't really combo as well with Falco in a matchup like this where Snake has that grenade to really get him as a combo breaker tool very frequently, you really need to find some way to consistently deal damage without trading with him too much yourself. And that's not what you want there.
Yeah, not at all. Bivers going all the way out there, and look how rewarded he is going to be for it. What an early stock, just combating the SD. That was kind of PogChamp. That was pretty sick. Love it.
Again.
They wanted it.
They're both just going off stage.
They both realized how to punish each other's recoveries, and you should be. In both of these matchups, honestly, Cypher is really, really exploitable, and not enough people try to actually spike it.
That side B was brave. You know, if any lower, that might have gotten caught by that Snake F smash, which kills really early. It's very slow, but extremely powerful.
It's one of the strongest F smashes in the game. It's just something to, you know, you won't be hit by it particularly often, but you just need to remember how not to run into it sometimes. Such an amazing up throw, but unfortunately no follow-up.
So yeah, I like that. Really good patience right there on Loose Grip. Kind of great roll read right there, just waiting for the excellently placed up tilt. It just seems like Loose Grip has the upper hand so far and keeping their cool and really maintaining a consistent game plan.
Well, that was well played for both of them. I feel like they both have a pretty good understanding of how they want to be playing this matchup. One big thing for Bivers, though, when you are trying to punish Snake going high, you need to quite literally visualize what your area of effect is when you do go for a double jump. How high can you actually cover, and try to time it with Snake's descent. Because Loose Grip was getting very generous with how much they were stalling up there in the top blast zone. If Bivers wants to go up there and challenge them, you can do that. You just need to be a little bit more patient about it.
I'm jamming outside. This song is too good. Yeah, I think you're right. Honestly, in that instance, I feel like it kind of escaped Bivers that game in terms of just finding consistent openings. I feel like a lot of the openings they were getting were more due to errors on Loose Grip's part, as opposed to Bivers really navigating through this minefield that they're presented with and finding a good grab or a good punish or a good startup. Granted, you do have to play the matchup in a little bit more of a roundabout way now that your main consistency in terms of combo game is kind of shot out by Grenade. I don't know.
I think one really big thing, Falco is up there with one of the most exploitable recoveries in the game.
Oh, yeah.
When they do actually opt to go for ledge. Instead of focusing on like a ledge trap with setups with like Nikita and Grenade and C4, going out there and throwing out either like a neutraler or a downer, your most active hitbox as Snake, or even a back hill. A back hill will do an amazing job of stuffing out everything Falco needs to get back on. I would like to see Snake, you know, actively edgeguard Falco.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It's gonna be tough though, you know. The only consistent really edge guarding tool Falco has, unless they can get some sort of early fair catching and jumps, is that dare on Cypher, which we saw that was immaculate, right? It forced Loose Grip into air dodging because I believe C4 was either still on stage or was in kind of a weird location. But regardless, we are getting the counter pick lined up for y'all right now. Seeing where these guys are gonna decide to go.
So it looks like they're going to be banning FD, Lilat, and Yoshi's. Probably, yeah, they're going to be going to Town and City. I feel like this is a pretty good stage choice for kind of both of these players. I'm trying to think about like who really has like a bigger advantage here, but honestly, Falco, with his platform extensions, might have a field day maneuvering around the stage.
All right, getting into it for this next game right here. We're going to see what kind of adjustments Bivers can really make. You know, only one stock loss, so not that bad. But remember, this is how the first set started too, and those sets can really start to escape you a little bit. Still, looking at a pretty even matchup so far between these two guys.
Oh my goodness, that setup, Loose Grip from all the way in advance, setting up that C4 in the beginning of the game and hitting the Bivers into it with a down tilt. That was excellently well. That was so well played.
Wow, that B reverse was so slick from Loose Grip too. You can see that, like you said before, the edge guarding game is crazy. Falco's one of the most exploitable recoveries in this entire game. Loose Grip can find these whip punishes with these C4s. That's going to be big early stocks being taken off. And again, if you put Snake in a favorable position with the lead, you're just going to keep trading blows with him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
That was, yeah, the right idea. They had exactly what they needed to go for. Look at the setup here, using a grenade. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. C4 stuck there. That bird is red, but don't get it twisted.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
not the red on your
Loose
jacket.
Grip. What an appropriate name too, by the way. Just having a loose grip over an opponent, still flexible enough to be able to move around them, but still holding on to them. Wow. Loose grip is moving. This is so solid.
The two stocks off the bat is a hard comeback to mount, especially against a character with as much burst damage as Snake. And we're seeing Loose Grip still putting down these grenades even when in these disadvantageous positions, but still Bivers starting to cook a little bit.
Bivers messed up their execution a little bit, taking too much time to dash back before they went for the back hill. At that point, you need to be able to buffer a turnaround with your falling aerial to be able to anticipate the cross-up, but beautiful back hill from Bivers. That's going to be them finally taking that first stock. This is such a hype set. This is it.
Yeah. This is the kind of high-octane Smash action we want to see, where blows being traded, really expert-level play being displayed. Because at a college level, you could really get any caliber of gameplay coming out, depending on the school. You know, you won't probably be seeing like any top 50 players out here, anything like that. But there are some really good players lurking in the shadows at these levels, you know. A lot of hidden diamonds in the rough that are unfortunately restricted by their education.
And that C4 is going to come into play at some point, or maybe not. You know, Loose Grip just recognizing, hey, maybe this is not the position for it quite yet. This time going high, I like the idea from Beverly once again, but you do need to be a little bit patient.
The Hitters, if they manage to get one more nice back air off like some sort of conversion, like an up tilt or something on Loose Grip, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
Cypher.
Because it's over. Remember that thought I had gone? Blown up by Loose Grip. That was insane. Loose Grip played that so well that game too. Those first two stocks were immaculate. Only 3% off of two. That was like 2-0 to deaths, I'm pretty sure right there. Or too close to 0 to deaths.
That was sick.
That was insane.
Loose Grip actually clipped Beverly's. There was so much amazing decision making and everything that went into that. I think something that I really liked, they set up a grenade, they got a grab, okay? They pummeled, they waited for just the right timing to be able to down throw and get the grenade to time with the throw. That was cool. That was sick. Loose Grip, their brain, massive.
cerebral.
Yeah, truly some cerebral snake gameplay. I struggle to pronounce that. My entire body is like, oh, I don't like that one.
It's a roller coaster for you.
But yeah, with that being said, once again, we are going to be cutting it to a break after every single match. We are in for the long haul today. But before we do so, just want to say, hey, for anybody that's not following us already, you should be following our lovely producer at House of 3000. Devin does so much for Smash and New York as a whole. You should follow my lovely co-caster Fang at Fan9S on Twitter. Keep up with him because he's editing so much amazing content for so many, for some of your favorite Smash players. Like, who do you got? Who do you got these days?
I got Goblin, I got Suarez, I got Tarek. I have Vernius, if you enjoy more casual Smash content. I got Beast, I got all these players. It's crazy. But Dara, you do a fair amount on social media yourself as well.
A little bit too much, some would say. Yeah, you can go ahead and follow me at DaramGarlia on Twitter if you'd like. Also on Twitch, I stream occasionally. I e-girl out and about. All sorts of shenanigans there. So go ahead and check me out if you'd like, and we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Hello, my little pog champs, and we are once again back from our break. We have Siena College going up against Rider University. This time we have LAX going up against Yoshi Man.
So yeah, LAX, I believe we saw them last week. I completely forgot who they played though. if I recall correctly.
Is it LAX? Is it LAX? Is it LAX?
Is it Los Angeles Airport? Who knows?
Somebody help, please.
They call it LAX typically. Yeah, they're hopping into it. LAX does play Fox, so we're going to be seeing Fox versus either Yoshi or Bowser Jr. at this juncture. Yeah, it's going to be Yoshi. Yoshi Man playing Yoshi. I know Yoshi Man also has a good Bowser Jr. at their disposal as well, but we're going to be seeing the Fox from Lax this time around. And yeah, okay, now I'm starting to remember a little bit more. Lax was actually really solid last week.
So this is a tough matchup for the Fox because you can't really get your dash attacks out. You can't really get much out of up tilt, not much out of down tilts, not much out of falling neutralize. Why? Because Yoshi has double jump out of disadvantage, the carry and crutch to Yoshi, which can make it very difficult that even if you have a frame of opening in your combos, Yoshi will just be able to escape. So you have to go for a lot of one-off hits. Like that. Like, look what happens. Just able to double jump down, be out of disadvantage immediately.
Parries off from Lax already are crazy. However, Yoshi Man getting a little more consistent damage off as we've seen from the start. I want to see off the rip, I want to see some lasers sprinkled in here or there from Lax. I feel like it would, a lot of it getting Yoshi is catching him, which Fox doesn't really have much of a problem with in terms of speed. But, I feel like lasers are a very consistent source of damage you can have at these distances, especially when we see Yoshi Man committing to so many big options like that Yoshi bomb.
Gets a double jump up B, is going to be able to make it back onto the stage, and right now just needs a really big hit. Side B into up is such a good way to catch your opponent, like dashing at long distance when they think they're safe. They're actually not, so gotta make sure you're never sleeping against Fox.
Right, though. Lax just trying to find their finisher right here in this up smash. And Yoshi Man been committing to a lot of big buttons, like I said prior to it, and Lax is just going to eat that right up. Fox really, really solid at whip punishing. Probably one of the best whip punishers in this entire game.
Oh, that shield poke, well, releasing shield, whatever Lax did, it was really smart because otherwise that would have been a shield break, plain and simple. But really anything could take the stock. Could I tell you what move that was? Nope, but it was something.
That was Fox down air whiffing into nothing, and then Yoshi down smash. So it was a pretty good, honestly, quick smash option to do. Yoshi down smash, probably one of his quicker smashes. I believe might be actually the quickest one out of shield to do.
A little spicy connection. A little crunchy here and there.
A little crunchy, a little crispy. Some burnt bits here or there. But it's not going to slow down Lax, as they're still trying to find their way in somehow. But yeah, these little stutters here, they have to be disrupting the tempo of gameplay a little bit. Because it's already hard enough playing Fox online as a character.
It's hard enough playing Fox, period. This character is hard in Ultimate. It's more difficult playing him online. It's even more difficult playing him on a bit of a crispy connection. So you gotta make the best of what you have, right? So right now they're both just sort of exchanging hit for hit. A whole lot of egg rolls, a whole lot more than you and Yoshi's typically opt for, but surprisingly difficult to punish too.
And now we're seeing Lax just trying to find their way in. They're getting their damage and they're just retreating, which I like a lot, honestly, because the mantra it seems like that Yoshi Man has been following is, get a little bit of damage here or there and then go for that Yoshi bomb consistently. And if Lax can just get enough damage off on Yoshi Man, I feel like Lax will be able to find that fat up smash punish eventually.
I really like these down Bs from Yoshi Man because either, it catches the opponent like on a missed tech, it catches them tech rolling out, or it catches them teching in place. Ooh. So really the only way to get out of that situation as Lax is to go inwards, which can be so scary, but beautiful up smash, gonna be able to close it out. Now at 109%, Fox can struggle to kill if he does not find an up smash. You know what he wants? He wants it.
Lax had a nair up smash lined up too, just couldn't manage to capitalize on it. You have to make sure your reactions, or at least attempts on these big punishes, are razor tight with Fox. Because this character does require a fair amount of precision to play. You really need to have adequate timing on when you're going to go in for the punish.
Well, tries to get the grab, tries to go for the second one. I'm surprised that one didn't connect, but it actually might have been the re-grab timer locking Yoshi Man out of it. That was kind of an interesting situation. I didn't know that still applied in cases of grab trades, but I guess it makes sense. Gonna be a...
Uh-oh. Ooh, good tech right there to the air dodge right there from Lax. And yes, finally finding this bear off right here. Lax is going to have to play so well, though. 83 pretty much within the realm of kill percent for Fox, given how light he is. And that down smash will be cleaning out the first game right there for Yoshi Man.
At 110% or whatever, you know, the lead grab timer just... Well, not the lead grab timer, excuse me, the ledge timer. You got out of that invulnerability so quickly. It's do or die. You gotta press a button. Holding on for a little bit too long, especially against somebody that has a kill move that hits the ledge, you are good as dead. So that was well played from Yoshi Man. I feel like they played this matchup pretty well. They also played under the conditions pretty well, not going through like a lot of big combos, but a lot of like big one-off hits.
Yeah, Yoshi Man really getting a lot of those big one-off hits a lot of the time. I feel like Lax really just couldn't get stocks finished off, which can be kind of tricky for Vox sometimes, given that a lot of his win conditions are fairly linear, and also you need to have quite a bit of precision to at least land them. Like, they're not these all-encompassing generous hitboxes. You know, the main advantage for Fox is that he's a big whiff punish character and he can deal lots of damage within certain strings of combos. But as far as finishing stocks off, that's where he can struggle just a little bit if you're not pinning down your opponent.
Yeah, for sure. So going into the next game, seems like they're gonna try to reconnect. Oh boy. Oh! Alright, so we got a little rule violation. You have to be on LAN to compete. And it seems like
They changed that, huh?
Yeah, you have to be on LAN, and he was actually unable to play on LAN, so I'm going to assume this counts as a DQ win.
We'll see. I don't know. I remember in past seasons of it, this was really a relatively unchecked thing at this point, but if it's in the rules now, this is definitely a big deal for either Ryder or
yeah, seems like LAN is
Siena.
mandatory this season, so I'm curious what the ruling is going to be for the first game, if that's going to count as valid or if this is just going to count as like a double DQ win. Wonder what's going on here, but in the meantime, I guess we could still talk to you guys, say hey, hi, what's up, hope you guys are doing well. But either way, it does seem like they are going to have to hold an L on this one.
Oh, which player didn't have LAN, by the way? Yoshi Man, okay. So I don't know what the ruling is going to be at that point. What's going to happen? Who the referee is? Who's the runner? No clue. We're going to see, though. Man, I'm looking at the captain's chat right now to try and get deeper into this. And yeah, LAN is mandatory this season. So if Yoshi Man does not have LAN, this might be a problem. We're seeing hopefully proof of LAN right now. Siena does have LAN. And yeah, they do not have LAN for the dorms at Ryder University, so
is that going to be all of Ryder then?
That might be a problem. That's crazy. Most colleges have LAN ports you can use. You know, all college internet is not created equally, but I know a lot of them do have LAN. I don't know what's going to happen from here on out. That's actually insane. I've never seen that before. Even at both colleges I've went to, I mean, at Hofstra, it was bad because for playing Smash Online, you couldn't have two people play on the Hofstra internet together through LAN. Online against each other. Like, it would just kick one of them out or something like that. It would count. But at Oneonta, I remember each dorm room had two separate LAN ports. So I was able to use the college internet there. That's where my stream started out of, actually, was my dorm room. Off of
mine too,
Wired.
by the way. I was streaming out of Stony Brook University. By the way, gotta say, my first year of college was a freshman year at Stony Brook. That was last year. And being in a dorm building that was 70% vacant, all that bandwidth,
Yeah, not a
going to
good.
me.
That's true. Actually, that's the benefit is that you
That
get it
bandwidth
all.
was good. That it was hitting. Let me tell you, I was getting like 1,200 megabyte download. Oh, it felt amazing. And then people moved in, and I was like, nope, I'm out of here. And I moved back home. When college dorm has Ethernet, it is honestly pretty good sometimes. It's fire. But in the meantime, this does look like it's going to be a DQ from Gairu for now and for the rest of the season, I suppose.
I'm looking at the SSBU captain's chat, and Pongo goes, so, and then 920 goes, what now? And then Knight from Siena goes, we win. So I don't know what's going to happen from here on out. I didn't realize all these players were in their dorm rooms.
Wouldn't be able to tell you, but I guess in the meantime, we could at least cut to a little break and see what happens then. So we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes as we sort things out. So stay tuned.
Nine a winner. Pay the front line, take the don'ts. He's coming out again for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. 4-4's the point, mark 4. Ace, deuce, scrap, 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 mark 4. Ace, deuce, ace, deuce, scrap, mark 4. Scrap, mark 4. Who wants the hard 4? 5 wants 4.
Check me out, y'all.
Nine a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. a good one. Coming out for a new point. Get your bets down, ladies and gentlemen. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. Who wants to come? 6 to point.
Check me out, Tom.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets. Place your bets. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Who wants to come? 6 to point. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
So funky. So funky. Check me out, Tom.
8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. He's a rolling point is 9. Place 9. 8 shooting for 9. 5 shooting for 9. Who wants to come? Six.
So funky. So funky.
Coming out again for a new point.
So funky.
Bets down, ladies and gentlemen. Who wants the hard 4?
So funky.
5 wants 4.
Check me out, Tom.
4 fours the point, mark 4.
So funky.
Ace, deuce, scrap, mark 4. Ace, deuce, deuce.
So funky.
Scrap, 1. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. 9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Who wants to come?
Check me out, Tom.
9 a winner. Got a hot hand. Place your bets, ladies and